Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you to Fran Coleman. Sweet Fran Coleman. She taught me how to be a human being way back when. Thank you, Franny. And to my dear friend Eric Malillo, my colleague from Kenora, thank you for being here. It's not easy to get from Kenora to Huntsville. You should all know that, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Eric. And thank you to all of you. You know, it's been my privilege to serve our communities over the years, and I've never forgotten the honor it is to represent my hometown and the people that make this such an incredible place to live. You know, Parry Sound Muskoka here, we show up for each other. Our word is our bond. Neighbors look out for each other. If it's broken, we fix it. And when something's bothering us, we don't just sit back and complain. We get up and take action, and we fix it. I've never forgotten the values that I learned here, and I continue to fight for them in Parliament today. Today, our country faces serious problems, and we need the right approach to solve them. War threatens democracies everywhere. Our economy no longer works for the people who power it. There are countless families who can barely get by, despite putting in a hard day's work. The next generation is uncertain about the world that they will inherit. Climate change, the housing crisis, a failing healthcare system, all fill them with anxiety. Solving the challenges of our time requires more than politics as usual. More partisan bickering is simply not the answer. Solving problems requires real leadership. I've been in Parliament now 2 terms, and I am dismayed by the energy wasted on political games instead of getting things done. What's missing in Ottawa is leadership. Right here in Huntsville is where I learned what real leadership is. I learned to inspire the team around me. I learned to inspire a community and empower citizens with an open and transparent government. This is the place that taught me the importance of dialogue, of respectful debate, and the remarkable possibilities that can come from listening to those we might disagree with. Today, Canada needs the kind of inclusive, engaged, and compassionate leadership that I learned right here. And so for that reason, it is fitting that here in this place, that today I formally announce my candidacy to be the next leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. It is humbling to be surrounded by so many neighbors today, people who have supported me over the years and taught me, mentored me. But of course today, many are meeting me for the very first time. I'm sure many Canadians might be wondering about the audacity of some dude from rural northern Ontario thinking he has any business running to be leader of anything. So, let me tell you a little bit about my journey to this stage today. I was born right here in Huntsville, Ontario. I was raised in a Jehovah's Witness faith, but at the age of 15, I sought a different path and left home to find the faith that guides me to this very day. I didn't really have much of a plan at the time. I just knew I had to make the move. And of course, in typical Canadian fashion, neighbors took me in, gave me a hand up, and made me part of their family. But it was not just the Coop family that took me in. This community rallied around me and supported me, always made sure I was okay. I was literally raised by my community. And then at the age of 21, I was elected to Huntsville Town Council. I believed then, as I do now, that public office should be about rolling up your sleeves and solving problems. It should be about coming together to give voice to every citizen, proposing solutions to improve the lives of those we serve. In the decades that followed, the community trusted me to serve many more terms as a local and regional councillor, then as deputy mayor, and finally as mayor. Here's the thing about municipal politics. It's close to the people, and it is about building consensus to get things done. It's about putting words into action. We work towards a common goal and relentlessly focus on breaking down barriers to find solutions. That is the right approach, and it is missing in Ottawa. You know, as mayor, we made our community more resilient, more inclusive, and more engaged. But we did it as a team, as a council, as a staff at Town Hall, and as a group of committed citizens. We debated, we often disagreed, but we found solutions, and we always moved our community forward. Canadians are sick and tired of the partisan gridlock and the ideological entrenchment. The antics you see in question period, that's not what Canadians want. They want leaders to actually get things done. Canadians are yearning for someone to step up and take action on the challenges of our time. Canadians need us to take the fight to inflation, to help families struggling to make ends meet. Canadians are crying out for us to demonstrate the drive and ability to get projects built and services delivered. And today, I know many Canadians are wondering why places like Europe are relying on a tyrant like Vladimir Putin for their energy needs, while their own government makes it more difficult every single year to get ethically produced Canadian energy to new markets. You know, this government has announced billions upon billions of dollars for the housing crisis, and yet today there are more Canadians than ever who are desperate for a secure, safe bed to sleep in at night. And there are many more Canadians who've simply given up on the dream of home ownership. Announcements are not enough. While I was mayor of Huntsville, our council worked with builders to get more homes built. This is the kind of leadership we need all across Canada. And Canadians are counting on leadership that will take our national security and international commitments seriously. Leadership that will ensure our Army, our Navy, our Air Force are capable and ready and have the tools required to protect those who serve us and to defend our commitment to freedom and democracy around the world. This is the right approach. And as we emerge from the dark shadows of COVID-19, Canadians know now all too well that our healthcare system has been neglected for too long. The challenge will not be easy, but the status quo is a recipe for more Canadians needlessly suffering. And we Conservatives must be the ones who finally make the federal government the full partner it promised to be with our provinces and finally fix healthcare. Canadians want leadership that restores hope in the future, leadership that inspires us to fulfill that unwritten commandment that we leave our country better for the next generation. Le leadership ne sème pas la division et la colère. Le leadership inspire et unit. Leadership does not sow division and anger. Leadership inspires and unites. And if we are to succeed, I need your help. We must show the country what leadership can accomplish. Canadians are counting on Conservatives to win the next election, and we need a leader who will grow our team and bring new members to the Conservative benches in Ottawa to get the job done. And the only way we are going to win in every part of this country is through our unity. By respecting each other, by talking about the big ideas, and demonstrating to Canadians that we have the commitment, the courage, the character to be trusted to govern and lead. Et nous gagnerons la confiance des Canadiens si nous sommes fidèles à notre parole, cohérents dans nos principes et honnêtes les uns envers les autres. And we will earn the trust of Canadians if we are true to our word, consistent in our principles, and honest with each other. When I say I'm opposed to a carbon tax, it's not because it's politically convenient. It's because I represent hardworking people who cannot afford to heat their homes and put healthy food on the table. These are people that can't afford to wait for a small refund at the end of the year. We must not make the most vulnerable in our society carry the heaviest burden when it comes to tackling climate change. I ask you to join our team, and we will help Canadians reduce their carbon footprint, not just punish them. And our party has a proud tradition of being a voice for freedom of religion around the world. We must have the courage of our convictions to do the same here at home in every province and territory. This includes the right of every single Canadian to proudly wear a cross or a hijab, a turban or a kippah at their place of work. Bill 21 is wrong, and we must stand up to it. And if our party is to be the party of the rule of law, then we must stand up for the rule of law always, not only when it's convenient to our political narrative. We need a leader who will respect all Conservatives. Diversity of thought is what makes our party strong, so long as we are prepared to respect each other. All Conservatives will have a genuine seat at the table under my leadership, and I invite all Canadians to join us. You know, as leader, my most important job will be to build and empower our team, all Conservatives, all Conservative MPs, to thrive and achieve. And the hard work we will do together to elect more Conservatives will deliver results. And that success will determine who the next Prime Minister of Canada will be. And that's why this isn't about me. It's about all of us working together, because that is the right approach. At my core, I'm a leader who believes in common sense solutions to fixing problems. I believe in the value of teamwork and collaboration. I believe in the power of new ideas and fresh energy. And I don't believe you have to attack someone else to make your point. I believe that winning merely for the sake of winning is not worthy of a great nation. It's not worthy of those who built this country, heroes whose shoulders we stand on today. It's not worthy of you. Canadians are calling on us to do better, to be better. Leaders are people who don't appeal to the lowest common denominator, but seek to raise it. We have to up the stakes and raise the bar and show the world that Canada's best days still lie ahead. We must be the generation that finally ensures every single Canadian has access to clean drinking water, whether they live on a reserve or not. We must be the generation that understands our environment is our economy, and our economy is our environment. Nous devons être la génération qui rétablira la réputation du Canada dans tout le monde. We must be the generation that restores Canada's reputation in the world. We must choose to be ambitious. We must choose to be fearless. We must choose our own destiny as Canadians, but we cannot do it as a fractured people. For too long, our politics has been defined by what divides us, and far too often our politicians have carelessly demeaned and even demonized one group of Canadians to appeal to another. I seek to lead a Conservative team that inspires Canadians with courage to address the challenges of our time and deliver results, because this is the right approach. Canadians are tired of the Ottawa circus. They are ready to face the challenges of our age, and it is long past time for the politicians in Ottawa to do the same. We are a nation, 38 million strong, all yearning and striving for a country where everyone has a place and everyone has a shot at success. Ours is a country where we may not always agree, but we do agree that we live in the greatest country on earth and that we all share a duty to make it better every single day. So let today be the day that we tell those who seek to divide Canada that we're putting an end to the politics of fear and anger, that right here, right now, together, we will begin to write a new chapter on what government can be. It won't be all things to all people, but it must be a place where we can all come together and ensure that nobody gets left behind, that it must be a place where your influence as a citizen matters more than a few connected insiders. You know, even as I speak to you now, there are those out there who will seek to divide us. There will be those who dismiss me, maybe even attack me personally. Mes critiques diront que mon français n'est pas assez bon, mais je continuerai à travailler Je mettrai les bouchées doubles et je vous promets, d'ici la prochaine élection, je parlerai couramment l'anglais et le français. What the critics forget is that hope is infectious, that unity is strength, that our work ethic is the basis of our optimism, that we won't back down from a fight and we will never be deterred from standing up for anyone left behind. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are tired of the old status quo, if you reject the politics of fear and division, if you reject the notion that we have to settle for mediocre, then join us. Let us show Canadians the right approach. Today we stand for unity and hope. Today we send the message from coast to coast to coast that there is nothing wrong with Canada that cannot be fixed with everything that is right with Canada. And together we will prove that a small group of thoughtful and committed citizens can indeed change the world. We will ensure that the next generation inherits a Canada they are proud of. And together we will make good on that sacred responsibility we all owe to our country, to build it up, to build each other up. The status quo is not good enough. Let us bring respect and a culture of results to Ottawa. Stand with us. Become a Conservative Party member so your vote can be counted. Stand with us and volunteer on our campaign. Stand with us and join us on this journey. Et ensemble, nous bâtirons le Canada de demain. And together we will restore the hope in Canada's future and a renewed faith in each other. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the right approach. Thank you very much.